Sir Keir Starmer is expected to announce the UK's recognition of a Palestinian state in a statement released shortly after the Prime Minister's remarks on Sunday afternoon. This move follows his public statement in July, which called for shifting priorities toward a peace process unless Israel meets conditions including ceasing attacks on Gaza and committing to a two-state solution. The decision represents a significant shift in British foreign policy, reflecting a commitment to long-term peace at the time of maximum impact. Ministers argue that time has come and there is a moral obligation to act on the hope of a sustainable peace deal. However, the announcement has faced fierce criticism from the Israeli government, hostage families, and some conservative factions. The Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, previously criticized the move as a reward for terrorism. Government sources emphasized that the situation in Gaza has worsened significantly in recent weeks, citing images of starvation and violence. A UN investigation concluded that Israel had committed genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, which Israel denounced as false. Additionally, the UK's decision to recognize a Palestinian state has raised concerns about the legality of settlements in the West Bank, which are illegal under international law. Justice Secretary David Lammy highlighted the controversial E1 settlement project, warning that it could undermine hopes for a viable, contiguous Palestinian state. The UK's recognition has been welcomed by Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, who visited earlier this month, with Downing Street confirming agreement on Hamas's role in future governance. Meanwhile, Labour MP Kemi Badenoch expressed support for a two-state solution, arguing that it aligns with international norms. However, she pointed out that the UK's position remains conditional on the release of the 48 hostages, with only 20 believed to still be alive. Critics, including US President Donald Trump, have disagreed, calling the recognition a reward for terrorism. In an open letter, family members of hostages urged the UK to halt the recognition until more than half of the remaining 48 are returned. The announcement of the recognition has complicated efforts to return loved ones, with Hamas celebrating the decision as a victory and reneging on a ceasefire. Meanwhile, other countries, including Portugal, France, Canada, Australia, Spain, Ireland, and Norway, have also pledged recognition of a Palestinian state. Currently, Palestine is recognized by around 75% of the 193 member states of the United Nations, but it lacks internationally agreed boundaries. No capital, no army, and no population, making it largely symbolic. The two-state solution refers to the creation of a Palestinian state in the West Bank and Gaza Strip, with East Jerusalem as its capital. Israel currently occupies both territories, leaving the Palestinian Authority with limited control over its people and land. Recognizing a Palestinian state is a cause championed by many within the Labour Party, particularly during times of political pressure. The PM has faced mounting demands to take a tougher stance on Israel, especially from left-leaning MPs. Shortly before delivering the speech in July, nearly half of the Labour MPs signed a letter urging immediate recognition of a Palestinian state. However, critics question why the government's conditions on Israel, such as setting a deadline for ceasefire, were not as strict as its focus on Hamas. The chief rabbi, Sir Ephraim Mirvis, warned that the recognition should not depend on a functioning democratic Palestinian government or even the release of the 48 hostages. The government insists that the right to recognize a Palestinian state is a fundamental human right, not contingent on Hamas's actions.